subtract the first classmate from the second classmate. So let me bring them in. Hello, everyone. Hello, class. How are you all doing? Okay, today we continue from where we stopped last week. By the way, I sent you a message, a video on how to not register in Pearson My Lab. So the other information I gave you, I think let me show you what I mean. I'm going to share my screen with you. What is it? Where is it? I think it should be. Just 1 minute. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, this one. That means I need to open a canvas. Canvas. Okay. Yeah. Let me share my screen again. So the video is right here in the announcement. So what you say is actually you gotta click on My Lab and then follow the go from there, so you can register and start doing the homework, and also have access to more course materials. Their first homework is there. I also posted an announcement about what is due this week. Look at my announcement. You can see where I have week 2 activities and assignments. If you click on that, you can see what are due this week, and then you go from there. Any question for me before we begin? Hello, class. Any question for me before we begin?
No.
All right, let's start. Now, last week we did the frequency distribution for ungrouped data. Now, today we're gonna be working on our group frequency distribution. As a way to presenting data. Now, I believe that examples always make things more clear. Before I could proceed, I want to show you one more thing. To know your Excel assignments are now ready. And how do you find it? When you log into Canvas, you click on the assignment tab. And then it will give you a list of assignments that are ready now. If you scroll down, you can see that you have your Excel assignment 1. And it is due on the 14th, which is this weekend. And their homework 1 is also available. Now, if you want to do homework 1, you have to do it. If you want to do homework 1, you have to do it in Pearson My Lab. So that's why I sent you that video. Homework 1, you cannot do it from here. You have to do it on the Pearson My Lab. After that, I'm going to go there and transfer the grades to here. Okay. So now, let's go back to where we are. So when the data sets are many, sometimes we can like to put them in groups using a class width and class intervals. So that will lead us to the group frequency distribution. So let's try with this example. The example says the data below represent the record high temperatures in the Fahrenheit for each of the 50 states in US. Now it says present the data in frequency distribution using 7 classes. Usually assignment will tell you how many classes to use, but there are ways we can find a number of classes to use. I have that in the PowerPoint I uploaded in the files section for you for week 2. It's called lecture 2. So last week I showed you how to access it. Go to the file and look for it. Anyway, this one told you how many classes they need. It said present this using the frequency distribution. Yeah, with 7 classes. The first thing you look at is to find the class width. How do you find the class width? First of all, you find the smallest number there, which is the maximum. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Maybe I should make it 14. Okay. So the maximum and the minimum number. So you find these two. Then with that, you can find their class width. I think we need one more workbook. So let me open one more, because that will help us to figure this out. Okay, good. Now back to where we are. With this, if you look at this numbers here, you can see the maximum, the biggest there. Let's see, look at it to find the biggest number there. Okay, I think it's 134, I believe. I don't think there's any other number bigger than 134 here. Let's continue to look. Let's see. So the maximum is 134. 34. And the smallest number here is 100, I think. Yes, 100 here. Yep, it's 100. So we can now find the class width using the simple formula. So I'm going to take you to the workbook so we can put the formula in. So then the class width becomes class width. Okay, let's see. Class width equals R. Oh, let me see, put this here. I think I'm gonna change this. Okay, maximum minus minimum value divided by 2. Actually, plus minimum value minus minimum value divided by 2. I mean to say divided by, not by 2, by number of classes. My mistake. Number of classes. Okay. Now, in the question, we are told that we should be using 7 classes. So, and we have that the maximum is 134 and the minimum is 100, and the number of classes is 7. So we can now go back to the workbook and put them in, so that we have equals maximum 134 minus minimum of 100 divided by number of classes of 7. This we can put in a calculator. Let me write them down, then I can put them in a calculator. Class width. Okay. Okay. So now let me take you to a calculator. Remember, I told you about the Desmos calculator last week. So we'll be using it. We have the it's gonna be somewhere. Okay, let me remove some of these things here so that we can have enough room. Okay, I'm gonna remove some things so we can have more room. So I'm gonna close this one here. Okay, now we have our Desmos. Okay, good. So new here, we have the maximum of 134 minus the minimum of 100 divided by number of classes, which is 7, give us 4.857. So in this case, for the class width, always round up to the next number. In this case, the next number is going to be 5. So long as you have a decimal part here, always round to the next number, next whole number. So which means that our class width will be 5. So we have our result at 4.857. 857, which rounded up to 5. So I'm going to put it on our work so that we can see it in a bigger form. Okay. All right, right here. You can see right there. Okay, let me move this down so that I will have enough room for this. Good. So we have our class width right there, 5. So like I said, if you have a decimal part, only round up to the next whole number. With this, we are ready to do prepare our frequency table, because the question says to present the data set using frequency table using 7 classes. Now, let us put our table of values in, and then begin to get our frequency information. Okay. Now, since we have our class width, we begin insert this table. I want to use this opportunity to introduce what we call a class boundary. Okay. But before then, let us get our frequency table. Okay. Now, class interval, which represents the temperature. Okay. Class interval have frequency. Okay. I think I mentioned last week that I was using F for frequency. So from now on, I'll be more serious about that. So let me, the smallest number is 100. I'm going to put 100. So you keep adding the class width until you get to the 7th class, because it says using 7 classes. So I'm going to add this here. We have next number. If you add 5 to 100, that will give you 105. If you add 5 to this, it give you 110. Remember, this thing that I put here is not, it doesn't mean they are not minus sign, they are dash. Okay. So if we add this 115, add this 120, okay, 125. So we needed to add more rows. So you're gonna click on the plus sign and to give you more rows. Okay. Now, how many classes do we have so far? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we have only one. Then 130. Then we get our total right here. Then remove this part. So I want to make it easier for us, we need a tally mark, but let's see. Now, next thing is you need to do now is to get the upper level. So you see, if you look at this, this is 105. Therefore, the number before it should be 104. So you got to put it 104. Then keep adding 5 like before, and you get the rest. So next will be, if you add 5 to 104, that gives us 109. Okay. up by 114. So this means from 100 to 104, from 105 to 109, and so on and so forth. We got 119. Okay. If you add 5 to that, you get 124. If you add 5 to this, to 124, you're gonna get 129. 29. And if you add 5 to this, you're gonna get 134. Okay. Now you have your class interval. Now let us find the frequency. Now the fastest way to find the frequency is to use the tally mark. So like I said, I'm gonna be using F for frequency. So let me put a section for tally. Okay. I'm gonna put a line, a column for tally. Okay. I'm gonna, so that the F will represent frequency, and then the tally will be presented by this. Okay. Now for this, we have tally here. Okay. And let's see, from 100 to 104. Well, let's see the number that fall in that group. The quickest way to do it is to look at put the numbers as they appear. Like I have 112, right? So 112 should be in this group here. This group is 110 to 114. So I'm gonna put one tally mark for that. Next is 110. 110 is in that group as well. I put another tally mark. And then next is 107. 107 will be here, because this is 105 to 109. I put one tally mark. Okay, 107. Then 116. 116 should be in this group here. So I put one tally here. So that will help me once you start doing this, put all the tallies here. Then at the end, you count how many tallies are in this group. That will give you the frequency. See? Then you count how many tallies in this group. That will give you the frequency for that group. So following that method, I got these frequencies. Let me put it in because I have it here. 2 for the first group here. The second group I got 8 tally marks. And the third group I got 18 tally marks. The other one I got 13 tally marks. Then I got 7 tally marks for this one. Then I got 1 tally mark for this, and 1 tally mark. So you keep putting the numbers. Like the last one I put was, I think, 116, which is here. The other one is 120. That means 120 should be around here in this tally mark. So I'm gonna put here. So like I said, you continue until you reach to the last number here. Then at that end, you count the tally mark in each row. Here, I counted it when I finished doing it, and it's only 2 tally marks. So that's why I got 2 tally marks here. So basically what you are trying to do is to count the numbers in each group and put them here as their frequency. Any question on that?
No.
Okay, good. Now, once you finish, you have your frequency table. That is basically the frequency table here. So if you add all this, you're gonna get 50. So let me write it down. I got 2 plus 8 plus 18 plus 13 plus 7 plus 1 plus 1. I'm gonna show you in the decimals. Okay. This is decimals right here. So we have this. I got 2 plus 8 plus 18 plus 13 plus 7 plus 1 plus 1. That gives us 50. So the total frequency is 50. Total frequency is 50. See? So this is what it is. You have your frequency distribution right there. Now I want to use this opportunity to introduce what they call the class boundary. Now, once you finish using the tally, you can erase the tally marks because you have already gotten your frequency here. So I can use this to put class boundary. Let me explain to you what a class boundary is. First, okay. Suppose the question asks you to find the class boundaries. Now, if you look at this class interval, you see this one goes from 100 to 104, and this one goes from 105 to 109. Okay, hope you can see this. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Now, if you look at from 100 to 104, then from 104 to 105, there's a small gap. Now, the class boundary closes that gap. Okay. Now, how do we get it? Okay, there's a formula for it. I'm gonna show you the formula, simple formula, excuse me, that you can use. So the formula for class boundary, let me take you to the other workbook so I can write the formula down. Class boundary, class boundary. So this formula will give you the number that you will add and subtract on both sides. Okay, equals, we have, make sure you guys are seeing this. Yeah, sure. So you're gonna have, class boundary is gonna be second lower class minus our first upper class interval. I missed interval here. Interval here. Okay, interval. Excuse me. Interval. Okay, divided by 2. So with this formula, you get a number that will give you the class boundary. Okay. Let me put it right there. Okay. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, that's right there. So making it easier for us, I'm gonna move this section to the next page so that we can have enough room. As you can see it. Now, see, that's it. That's the formula right there. Okay. Now, for example, let me show you the class boundary for the first class. Okay. So in that case, class boundary for the first class, which is 104 to 100 to 104. Okay. Actually, once you get the number, you can apply it to all of them. Let's get the first class boundary equals. If you look at it, the lower it says second lower class interval. This is the second lower class interval here. So, and this is the lower class. See, this side is lower class interval. This side is upper class interval. So this is the second lower class interval, which is 105. 105 minus first upper class interval. This is the first class interval, and the first upper class interval is 104. See, 104. Then divided by 2. Okay, I will give you the number that you'll be adding on this side and subtracting on this side. So now let's do it on decimals. Will give us the result 105. Got 105 minus 104 Okay, close it. Divided by 2 is 0.5. So I'm going to take you back. It's 0.5. So this means that you're going to, on this side, you subtract 0.5. And on this side, you add 0.5. So 100 minus 0.5. Okay, for example. So I have 100 minus 0.5. That will give me 99.5. Okay, so that our first lower class boundary will be 99.5. And I got it by doing 100 minus 0.5. So the second one will also be 105 minus 0.5. And that will give us 104.5. So 0.5. You can always verify this with your calculator. Then next one will be 110 minus 0.5. And that will give us 109.5, like I showed you in the decimal. So following the same method, I got this, the rest of them, 114.5. Then I got 119.5. Now, those of you, once I'm finished doing it, I will show you you can see the significance of the class boundary. Then 125 for this one here. If you subtract 125 minus 0.5, give us 124.5. Then this one will be 129.5. Now, for this side, the upper side, you add 0.5. So you 104 plus 0.5 give us 104.5. The second one is 109. If you add 0.5 to it, you're gonna get 109.5. So if you follow it that way, you get the rest 114.5, 119.5, 124.5, 129.5, 134.5. So that is the camp. So if you look at this, look at the first interval, 110, 100 to 104, then 105 to 109. See that from 104 to 105, there's a gap. But here, you have 104.5 and 104.5. So the gap has been closed. That's why we call it a class boundary. Okay. Any question for me? Hello, class.
No.
Okay, no question. Good. Very good. So that means I'm carrying everybody along. Now, this is how to find the class interval and class frequency. And that now, if you are asked to find the relative frequency, like I showed you in the last class, all you have to do is to divide each number here with 50. So assuming that we are looking for relative frequency, let me show you to refresh your memory. Okay. Excuse me, I did it wrong. The relative frequency. Okay, let's see what is wrong here. Okay, they put it right there. All right. So I'm gonna from here, I'm gonna draw it. Okay, good. You're asked to find the RF, that's the relative frequency RF. Then all you have to do is to divide each of these by 50. For example, the first one is 2 divided by 50. Let me make this bigger a little bit. 2 by 50. And in the decimals, we show us that 2, number 2 divided by 50, okay, 0.04. That'll give us 0.04, 0.04. And the other one will be 8 by 50. So I'm going to take it back. 8 by 50. So you change this to 8. You have 0.16, 0.16, 0.16. So and so on and so forth. You can get the rest of them. So we have because I did it in the last example, so we don't have to do it on this one. I just wanted to refresh your memory. In any case, I can always complete it. Let's look at this one, 18 by 50. I'm gonna do 18 by 50. 18 by 50. That gives us 0.36. 0.36. 0.36. And 13 by 50, this one here. We got 13 by 50. 13 by 50. 13 by 50. 0.26. So I'm gonna share it. Okay. 0.26. 0.26. So each of them represent a percentage. For example, this first one is 4%. Second one is 16%. Third one is 36%. Fourth one is 26%. Let's look at the 7. 7 by 50. That gives us 0.14, which is 14%. 0.14. And next will be we have 124.5 to 129.5. Okay, this one is 1/50. So let's see 1/50. I'm gonna change this to 1. Oh, excuse me. 1 divided by 50. 0.02, which is 2%. 0.02. 0.02, which is 50%. And there are 2 of them, so you're gonna make it 0.02. And when you add all of them, you're gonna make 1.00, which is 100%. Now, there's one more thing I want to introduce you to, and that is cumulative frequency. If you ask to find that, so I'm gonna insert a column for that. Insert a column for cumulative frequency. Okay. So I'm gonna make this bigger. Okay. You see the frequency right here. And this is the cumulative frequency. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, cumulative frequency. Okay. Now, in this case, what you need to do is to add to the next number. For cumulative frequency, the first number is always the same. So the first number is 2. So you're gonna have 2 here. The second number will be 2 plus 8. Give me 10. Now 10 plus 18 gives me 28. 28 plus 13. So we're gonna get that from decimals. 28 plus 13. 28 plus 13. Give me 41. Okay. I'm gonna share it. 41. The next one, 41. Then 41 plus 7 here, 48. Excuse me. Now 48 plus 1 is this 48 here plus 1 give me 49. And this 49 plus 1 give me 50. You can see that they are the same. Total frequency is 50. The last number of the cumulative frequency is always the same as the total frequency. You can see both of them here. You can see they are both 50. And the last number here is also 50. Questions?
No.
Good. Now, I have shown you how to do this. Now, let me show you how you can do this using Excel. Now, Excel part might be a little bit different from this, but I'm going to show you anyway. Just, the difference are not, won't be that much. Yeah, it's not significant. Let me put it that way. Now, to do this in Excel, you have to put this data set, the whole of this data set, inside Excel. You have to type them in. That's the difficult part, that the data entry part. Once the data are in and they are typed in correctly, you can do anything you want to do with it in Excel. It makes it very easy. So let me show you how to do this in Excel. I'm going to share my Excel file. Now, I have entered the numbers already in, and Excel is even faster. Now, but for Excel, you need what you call the bin. Bin, just like the class width. I think it should be like that. Yeah, it should be the class width. Now, we have, for this, excuse me, you can choose it. Excel, you can choose the class width faster using Excel. Now, you need to figure out which number is the smallest and which number is the largest. So how do I know it? You can you can use this to order, or you can highlight it and order it. You know, once you order it, you can see that. Let me show you. To order it, you go here. You can see what we have sort. Make sure. Hold on, let me see. I just want to make sure that yeah, sure. Okay, you're here. You can see it. Good, very good. So let me start all over. So now you can just have it highlighted like I have. Then you can now order it to find which of them is smallest or not smallest. So you can sort it. See, sort from smallest to largest. See, or you can, if you like, you can sort from largest to smallest. Doesn't matter. Sort it, and then you can see it is now sorted. The smallest is 100, and the largest is 134. So you can choose now. You can say, okay, if you decide to use the same class width we use, that means the bin. Then you can now do that. You can say 100 is smallest, 100, 105, 110, 120, 130. Oh, sorry, excuse me. 125, 125. You keep adding 5, okay? 130, 135. So we have 135 as the smallest. So now you can now once you have your bin, you have your interval. Then you can now do the frequency table using these two information. Now, how do you do this? You look at the see where you have the data. Excuse me. Yep. You look at the data right here. Click on that. Now, once you click on it, it will bring you this part that you have data analysis. Now, if you don't have data analysis to like this thing in here, Excel, that's the way you can add it. I can show you. You just have to go File, and then go to the options here, and then choose add-ins. Okay. It's coming. It's a little bit slow. Okay, let me do it again. All right, you can go just from here, options, add-ins. You can choose data analysis 2-pack. You can see data analysis 2-pack right here. Then you can click go, and then you can check these two marks here. Once you check it, click OK, and then after you do that, you can now see that when you click here, you will see the data analysis 2-pack here. Okay. Then that's what we're going to be using. Now, so following that, let us do the frequency distribution here. Now we have the bin, we have our data set. Click on data, data analysis, and then it will open, bring up a dialog box. Then you can choose Descriptive Statistics. Just give me 1 minute. I think it should be Descriptive Statistics should be there. Yeah, I think it is. Let's look at that, see if that gives us. Okay. Then once you have it in this form, give me 1 minute. Input range, output range. Yes, and I'm looking for the bin. Okay, I think we are going to be using the histogram testing. That should be the better one. And the histogram. Okay, click on it. Yep, that's what we're going to be using. Histogram. So we click this, the input range. Well, let me make sure you are seeing this. Yep, you are seeing it. That the input range is this one. Oh yeah, data set. Put it right there. There's the one thing I want to show you before I put the input range. This is temperature. So I want to put the title here. Excuse me. I want to put the title here. So temperature. Temperature. Okay. Okay, good. Now let's begin. Data analysis. Histogram. But we're not looking for the histogram. We're looking for the only the frequency table. So the input range would be our data. Click on that and then start from the temperature and highlight it all the way to the last number. It's for here. Okay, make sure it's all highlighted. Good. Click on this. Then for the bin, you click here and then click on from the bin. Okay. All right. You have labels because you clicked the bin and temperature. So check the label. The output range, you just want it here. Output range gonna be here. Okay. Now what else? What else? What chart? We don't want charts. No, I don't want chart. I just want the anyway, let's see. Chart outputs. Okay, let's see. Yep, you can see that now. Even though what we are looking for is the frequency table. You can see the frequency distribution table right here. So you see, it's a little bit different from the way we did it when we are doing class and tabla. You can see, but we have it all everything here, and it also gave us the histogram. If I didn't check the chart output, it will not give us the histogram. It will give us this. Let me show you what I mean by that. Suppose I delete this. Delete this. Oh, we have only 1 minute left. Just 1 minute. I want to show you this. So suppose I put this everything in, but I didn't put chart output. And for the output range, I put it here. So okay, see, it will give us only the frequency, but it won't give us like in the class interval like we have in an example for that we did manually. Okay. Any question on this?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay. Now, when we're done today, in the next class on Wednesday, we'll begin from next thing, which will be more applications of these tables here. And please, your first homework is down there, and your Excel homework is there. So please register using watch the video and follow the instruction and register, okay? And I will see you on Wednesday. You have a good day.
All right, you do the same.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
You're welcome.